All right, it's time to get up and get moving. Tall trainer Jeremy Biernat is back.
Yeah, Jeremy's going to show us 5 ways to narrow...
To narrow our waist.
Narrow the waist. What did you say, a Dorito?
Yeah,
right. Like a Dorito?
That's you got the shoulders and then the small waist there.
Here in the small waist.
You look like a Dorito there. Yeah, so basically, I'll run through them because I want to make sure I get a good chance to hit most of them. The first one is just straighten up. All right, so as soon as we start to slouch, our rib cage tips down. It puts pressure, our diaphragm puts pressure on all our organs, and our organs just shoot forward. So if our rib cage tips, it comes forward. If we can get the rib cage to roll back a little bit, now it creates some space for those organs to come in, and now I call it the instant tummy tuck. Shoulders back, chest is out, and we all know kind of do that at the beach. You walk on the beach, you're like,
yeah.
Instantly you hit that. So it might be helpful to do that more often.
I'll be the first to speak for both of us. Dan and I have horrible posture.
Yeah,
we do. Have been called out in public about how bad our posture
is. People don't realize how much there's a amount of sitting you have to do. So it's like it's a lot of work in that. The second one is decrease inflammation. So this is kind of an interesting one, is that certain foods cause more inflammation in our body. So so if you roll your ankle or you bonk your head, the area swells up. Well, if you agitate your digestive system, you can end up swelling up in there a little bit. So if it's aggravated and it's inflamed, you're going to have more water there, more inflammation, and so you're uncomfortable and bloated feeling. And so there's certain foods that maybe you should not eat so much of, And so some people dairy is a big issue. Some people gluten, is a big issue for them. And so by cutting some of those things out, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I feel so much better. I feel less bloated, and the waist is actually narrower. Are there any foods you can incorporate to kind of help ease the digestive system? I mean, one of the ones here on the third one is get regular. Is one of the ones. So constipation is a kind of an issue. I kind of think it's funny that it's number 3, but it should be number 2, right? But I had to go there.
Oh goodness.
But certain foods can make that work better or not. Certain foods pack a lot tighter. So if you're eating a lot of high carbs, bready type stuff, that stuff packs really tight, and so it can be like a couple days before you actually, a lot of people will actually go, and then it's very, very challenging, in that. So you want to be able to, if you're not going on a daily basis, a lot of vegetables, they don't pack as tight. The fiber of that does not pack as tight of well, whatever, but then having a little bit of fat in your diet, getting exercise in, really walking is a really good thing to get the peristalsis of the system going, help things to move well, so getting some activity in there and having good hydration, is really, really big too. So that's the third one. And number 4 was decreasing body fat. So I mean, obviously there's an amount where you go, okay, if I lose fat, my waist will get narrower. So cutting back on having fewer calories than you're burning, or burning more calories than you're eating. Somewhere in there, getting some weight off your body, does that. But that's almost that's the one everybody knows. Oh yeah, I know that I would do that. And then the 5th one is to strengthen. And a lot of times people think that's almost like maybe the first one people go at too. It's like, I want to strengthen so I can get them. I'm going to do lots of crunches, things like that. But if you're doing, a lot of people do crunches and ab stuff wrong, in that their stomach is actually pushing forward while they're doing the ab exercise, and you're actually teaching your abs to push out. So I'll tell our clients a lot of times, exercise the way you want your abs to be. If you want them to stick out during the day, you should stick them out while you're exercising. But if you want them to pull in, then you should try to pull them in while you're exercising. So there's some of these lower, deeper abdominal muscles.
Tighten that core.
You're trying to brace and pull in, kind of almost like you're pulling your stomach away from your waistband while you're doing stuff. And so there's a set of core muscles that a lot of times, when the ab exercise gets too hard, we don't actually engage them anymore because it's gone beyond their capabilities. So sometimes making an easier ab exercise with a lot more pull-in, it can get a lot more benefit to the core and get you the narrower waist, that you're going for there.
Go for that Dorito shape.
Dorito, yeah. Muscle up and...
Abby, by the end of summer, you and I are going to be...
I'm not participating.
Two potato chips.
Nope.
2 potato chips.
Hit them with the socials.
If you go to talltrainer.com, you can find us there, but you'll find us on Facebook and YouTube and those kind of places too. Lots of other great information available.
Good stuff. Jeremy, thank you very much. We have local headlines coming up next.